You'll come down just a second here. There you go. Nice work, Steve.
Let's leave everything and go traveling. See what tomorrow brings. It's only a choice away. Let's back up and leave today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Hey guys, we are finishing up BC Overland Rally. It was a wet one, rained pretty much every day, but today is beautiful, but it's the day we're leaving. So it's nice to not put our tents away soaking wet. We taught a bunch of classes. We're excited to head off to a friend's house, a new friend's house that we just met, and then we're gonna go do the Whipsaw Trail. So pretty stoked on that, and really, really thankful that Jim West let us use his Land Rover Discovery diesel for the last week. It was nice to have our own personal wheels instead of just tagging along with everybody else. So that's it. Look at this view though. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Whistler is gorgeous. It's expensive and it rains a lot, but it's gorgeous.
So we headed for Coop's house to spend a night, enjoy a shower, restock on groceries, and then hit the trail in the morning. Alright, we are at the beginning of the Whipsaw Trail. This is where we're airing down, and a creepy person following me.
Hello.
How are you
Whipsaw Trail.
Whipsaw.
Should be awesome. Can't wait.
Got good weather?
Yeah, got the sun's out. I hope we have the whole trip, but if not, we'll see. We're going to do it over 2 nights. We're going to camp basically at the beginning tonight, and then tomorrow night somewhere in the middle, and then the last day we'll be back at Coop's house. We'll let you know how it goes.
We had a total of 5 trucks in our group. We had Coop, who is a fellow instructor in his 5th Gen 4Runner, representing for Toyota and Canada Day. We had Chris, also an instructor, and his girlfriend Natalie in his Defender 90. Then came the Discoveries. In his Disco 1 was Jim West, former Camel Trophy competitor and instructor. Then we had Steve and Glenna in their Disco 2. I hopped in to drive the LR3. And last, but certainly not least, was Penny, who has competed in the Rebel Rally and was also instructing at the Overland Rallies, in her LR4, along with her trusty co-pilot, Wyatt. He's a good boy. It's Canada Day, eh?
Canada Day, eh?
Chris had spotted a potential backway into the trail, so we decided we should check it out. When we stopped for a break, someone in our group knew of a nearby geocache and scored this nicely decorated can of beer. Cheers to whoever stashed that. So let me introduce Kim. She's currently driving while I video. She had come along to learn, so while she drove, I gave her a crash course on the basics of driving off-road. So when we got to the tougher sections, she would have a nice base of knowledge. I love teaching, especially teaching women, so this was a blast for me. Kim, how excited are you to drive this? Yay. The camera never does this stuff justice, but this was a steep one with a nice S-curve about 3/4 of the way up. So after walking it to see what's around the corner, we watched the first 2 trucks easily climb up without any drama. Then it was time for us to make our way up. Kim had decided she would rather get the feel of obstacles in the passenger seat before she tackled them herself. So I happily got behind the wheel, talking her through everything as we went. I was thrilled to get to drive, but sadly it means there's less video for you guys. Luckily, Tim was in Jim's truck and was able to capture some video too. So we'll make do with the footage we have. In the end, when making these videos, we never want them to get in the way of our own adventure. So adventure, fun, and actually living life comes before capturing it to share with you. As we continued to make our way towards Whipsaw, I was reminded of how nice it is to travel in a group of competent drivers, especially ones you really like. Everyone is a trusted part of the team, and we all work together through each obstacle.
Let's see how much more to the other part than that. That was less dramatic.
We finally made it to the Whipsaw Trail. We were all excited to discover our little backway actually made it through. Pretty soon, we came to a muddy little side tilt. After watching a few trucks go through, Kim was feeling ready to tackle her first obstacle.
With the pole. Yep, that's what you have. Just worry about pole, that's it. Don't worry about what's going.
Keep coming straight. Keep coming straight. Don't counter.
Off the speed. Off the speed.
There we go. A little bit this way now. A little more this way. There we go.
Yeah, can you go even slower?
A little more. Yeah, and slower. A little more this way. A little harder turn that way for me. There we go. Hold that turn. Okay, keep coming. Keep coming. Now straighten out the wheel. That's it. You got it. I just dead slow. Even slower. Yep, even slower, right? Even slower. Yep. Barely let it go. You're looking good. Looking good. You hear the scraping sounds, and it's all good. It's real soft. Turn a little bit to your right. A little bit to your right. There you go. There you go. You're good. Perfect.
Slow because it's got the back of the car on the camera.
Yep, nice and easy.
Smile and breathe, by the way. There you go.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, perfect. A little high there, but nothing serious.
Woo!
Yep, nicely done.
Nicely done, Kim.
I hope my car goes.
Downright boring, Coop. Downright boring.
So the trail is really fun. It's really pretty up here. There are more mosquitoes than I've ever seen in my whole entire life, though. Can you tell? They're eating me alive, no matter how much bug spray I have on. But it's beautiful. There are just a lot of mosquitoes. A lot. Like people said there were a lot. Didn't realize what a lot meant. There's a lot.
He's so afraid of fire.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a snapping, it's a popping.
We settled in for a night full of laughs. Sitting around a campfire with friends is one of my favorite places to be. Somehow the friendships built while warming our hands, roasting marshmallows, sharing stories, and in this case trying to stand in the smoke to repel the mosquitoes, are friendships that are very special to me. Ernest Hemingway wrote, The echoes of beauty you've seen transpire resound through dying coals of a campfire. I'd say that about sums it up. The next morning, we moseyed along the Whipsaw, crawling slowly through the bumpy, wet trail. I was having a blast driving the LR3. We quickly arrived at our first obstacle for the day, this nice little step-up.
So just make sure he misses it. I think he'll get it dialed. Send it, send it, send it. There you go. Beautiful. Keep her moving. Nice work.
That's good work. Nice. Stay on that line now. Back. Get your nose up. There you go. Nice. Good job.
Oh!
All right, Kim. Come on. That was like 4 feet.
It was trial by fire for Kim. She had never driven anything like this before, but everyone agreed there was no time like the present to learn.
Watch that hop. As soon as it starts hopping, come right out of it. Bit. Okay, load it up a bit. Yep. Come ahead.
You can see the LR3 was hung up on that left rear tire. After a quick lesson on left foot braking, all that was needed was a little bump of speed at the right moment to get over it, which for a first-timer like Kim is easier said than done. It was a lesson of too little, too much, before you find just right.
It's all right. It's all right. We're doing good. We're actually heading the right direction. Off you go. Oh.
All right.
You don't need to stomp the gas.
Yeah.
In the end, it was a different line choice that got Kim up the hill, but major kudos to her for conquering her fear. You can see that she had to keep her cool through some moments of panic, but she stuck to it and she managed not to have a heart attack along the way.
Driving at me nice and slow. And hard this way. Hard, hard. There you go. Nice and easy on the throttle. There you go. Keep coming. Keep coming. Just like that.
This just shows you how much finesse it takes to be a smooth, under-control driver off-road. It takes some practice, especially that left foot braking.
You guys wanted a fun trail. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Next up was Penny. She's a great driver.
A little more, Penny. A little more. Keep it moving. It's looking good. Just keep it coming. Keep it moving.
How you feeling about all those mosquitoes?
I'm going to come forwards, Penny.
Can't wait to get back to the southwest.
You have about a...
You can see she has a feel for where her tires are, and she bumps it up that little step nicely.
Keep coming. Nice and gently. Penny, less gas. Less gas. Hard right. Hard right. Hard right. Less gas. Just amble it right up there. Nice work. It'll come. A little more gas. A little more that way. Gently, Penny. Stay with it. Stay with it. Perfect.
Nice. Nailed it.
That way, just, there you go. Smile.
Clean drive is
Drive
really
on
nice.
out, Penny. Gently, don't get enthusiastic.
And then it was Coop's turn, making it look easy.
That's your little bump up. No gas tank hit, nothing.
Yeah, tons of time.
And you're up.
Yes, A-track is working. It's very good.
Beauty. Time. Well, that was just boring, Coop.
That's on Cooperizer.
So yeah, A-track works with the jet lock on.
Hey, Tim,
Yes.
you can just give us a couple more easy bumps. Ooh, that was a big one. Another. 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 Yeah. Nothing. Is the ignition off?
So we think basically the truck stalled. Not like human stalled, just stopped, ceased to run. And then when you key to starter, engine's rotating really easy with no compression. And then fuel pump may not be working, so we're just trying to play around and see what it is. Okay, so in summary, we figured it out. The belt off the crank that runs everything, spins the fuel pump, everything else is gone. So valves aren't moving, nothing's happening. Cylinders are just I can't think of words, are just spinning in there essentially. So it's not going to be something we can fix on the trail. Don't have a belt. If we do, it'd be a couple hour thing. We'd probably get after it and just try and fix it, but without the belt, there's no point. So we're going to toe strap, and then since he's got no power brakes on the hills, we might do a strap from the rear as well. But so far so good.
It was the little Toyota that could until we came to a hill and the 4Runner had a little trouble with the 6,000-pound dead weight was dragging. So we pulled out the winch.
Looking good.
I was hoping to avoid that rock.
How do you feel, Jim? Life sucks.
Eventually, we decided winching up every hill was going to make for a long day, so we tried this. But the 90 really struggled. It just didn't have enough weight behind it.
Let me try a little snapshot.
Go. I'll tell you when he's up the hill. Go.
Just gotta keep moving
Now I get to play tow vehicle in the LR3. I'm gonna have the
Okay, we're good. It's got one already built in, so no need to
Forerunner.
bring back that hitch pin, Chris.
Forerunner is gonna be attached to me, then the Disco. I'm towing because I'm a little bit heavier, and automatic is a lot easier than a manual. Wish me luck.
So this is what we're doing today. 2 vehicles. Towing old Racy Tracy here. Newly named Racy Tracy.
It's the car, not me.
Yeah, well.
Nice work, Kelsey. Nice work. Stop. Kelsey, reverse that foot. And stop. Putting it on the other tow hook. We're pulling you that way because of where it's connected.
Alright, so with me towing, the Forerunner towing, we still can't quite make it up this last little hill. So we're setting up a winch line from Chris's truck up the hill, changing direction to me, and that should get me up over this little lip, and hopefully the rest of them as well. So that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, that's probably good.
So
We'll tension up.
I'm gonna leave you to this. We're gonna drive to there, and then you'll have a better. We can tension it up anyway, and have a.
Yeah, let's
and then we can replan if need to be.
Chris, can you get back a bit?
I think once this weight gets to that, yeah, we're good. That was a nice amount of the hill though. Yeah. A lot less winching.
We're making slow but steady progress.
Roll a little time, mate.
Yeah, there you go. Quit resisting it. Given. There she goes. Easy peasy.
There you go.
Got us whole up on the hill line. No worries.
That's a good picture right
Come
there.
towards me. There you go. I got video.
Even better. A little bit. There you go. Come on now. Nice and gentle.
You'll come down just a second here. There you go. Nice work, Steve. Smooth driving. Clear it. Beauty. All right. I know it's hard to hear with the mechanical noise of the stabilizer, so I'll try and keep it still. I'm in the Discovery, which is dead. Timing belt snapped. And we got Coops Forerunner and ADDC's LR3. We're trying to get up this hill. There won't be any video of it because we are working. Kelsey's driving the LR3 right now up there. She's the front tow vehicle. In front of all that, we also have Chris's Defender. He's using his winch to give us an extra tug because the 2 vehicles aren't enough.
We continued on. It was constant work trying to keep the slack out of the lines, and as the lead car, I had to take a super wide line through corners, always keeping in mind when the second truck would hit an obstacle and then the third truck, slowing or speeding up as needed. Coupe in the middle got yanked around a lot, and then the Disco in the back didn't have much of a line choice usually. It also didn't have power brakes or steering, so it was a workout back there. But with lots of communication via radios, we were pretty efficient.
So I'm just driving Jim's truck. He's hiking right now, just kind of spotting. And we've got an LR3 and we've got a Toyota 4Runner towing us. 4Runner was good enough for a while, but on the steep hills, you just need 8-wheel drive to pull this heavy beast up the hills.
Back about a foot and a half each and give it a little boost. Yeah, we're gonna like 1/4 of an inch clearance on the trev rev. So when we do that, Cooper, right tire if you can make it, right along here.
We finally rolled into camp. It had turned into a much longer day than anticipated, and we were all glad to be done for the day. Plus, we had made it past all the tough stuff on the trail, so tomorrow should be a breeze. Now it was time to set up our tents, make some food, have a few drinks, and enjoy another campfire.
Is that what that is?
I'm thinking that's right. Hold on. It was temporary. All right, back into the
Run away, run away.
underneath the 4Runner. Into the forest where the giant light.
Kelsey, what do you think?
What?
What do you think?
It's raining.
Yeah, good call. You're a smart one. That is amazing.
That's a good one right there, boy. Yeah. It's coming into.
Sky is amazing. Look at that. It is that pink.
The next day, we only had a few miles of trail, and it was all pretty flat and easy or downhill before it turned to a nice gravel road. So we decided there was no need for a train today and took Jim's truck right to the LR3. What an adventure. We had dragged a disco through more than half the trail. Everyone had made an amazing team. The trail was honestly less gnarly than I had pictured, but with a dead car, it made for an epic journey and took us through some beautiful terrain. I'm pretty sure there was no better way to spend Canada Day weekend. So after making our way from the end of the trail to Coop's, we enjoyed a pizza party, and then the next morning we woke up bright and early on the 4th of July, hitched a ride with Jim and Sarah to the airport in Seattle. Flew from Seattle to Phoenix, where we spent a few hours dealing with rental car issues.
But the reservation keeps the car here.
And when we finally had a car, we realized we hadn't eaten all day, so it was time for a late night In-N-Out stop before we drove to Tucson. Whew, what a day. And just like that, our work was done, and our time in the U.S. was just about over. What a whirlwind adventure. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out, eh?
Look, even my valve stem covers are red today.
So Canadian.
So Canadian, right down to the valve stem cover.
Great picture of nothing again. Can I get in?
Yep, you can try it.
Quick!
What? What are we waiting on? Jim to take all of his clothes off.
Why?
Because his wife really wants a picture. It's Canada Day.
Oh, yeah?
LA?
Hey, Cooper. Yeah. Your chocolate balls are now redundant. Stanley's outdone you with the chocolate banana balls. Chocolate banana balls.
Is this an audio video? Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Nice work, Wyatt.
He looks real calm.
And poor Tim is out in the mosquitoes. Payback for Guatemala.
Lucky Charms.
Went to bed. You go shake on their thing. Hey, there's a rainbow! There's a rainbow! You're missing it.
See the rainbow?
Yeah, gonna see the rainbow?
I don't think there's
Throw me your keys. I'm gonna drive you to the end so you get the gold.
You've got to come out.
Look, it goes right into Jim's head. Look at that.
Infrared ultraviolet.
It is that pink.
You know what would complete this picture?
What?
Someone skipping through the field.
Whee!
Was that pure happiness?
No, you have to continue until you're out of frame. Come on, skip back. Suck it up.
That far. That was a 20-foot skip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very disappointing.